CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
But the question is it really Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas? We could be in disguise. Like I see Bill here, and he's disguised as a mortgage broker, and Fern is disguised as a realtor. Nice job, you guys.
And you
next
look like
week is Halloween.
Next week is Halloween.
So we can be in real disguise.
But I'm glad you wore your costumes today, because if you wear them next week, I wouldn't know who the heck you guys are.
Well, really, that's Bill.
Oh, is that Bill?
That's Bill.
Jeez. These costumes these days really fool me.
Oh, I tell you.
But next week's going to be a special show. It's going to be very scary. It's going to be our Halloween program.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so I want you guys to come in costume, okay?
I'm going to.
And then you'll be back later in the evening to join us for the Halloween
We're
hunt.
going to have Za.
Yes. Oh, really? We're going to have Za?
We're going to have Za.
Well, you have to tell me what Za is a little later on.
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. It's going to be a party. So all the kids are out trick-or-treating. Mom and Dad
Exactly.
can get around the radio and call in for your requests and your dedications and have a whole lot of fun. And we're going to have some fun today. And again, tomorrow it's the Radio Real Estate Show. Bill Macklem, you heard him. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. He's our resident money guy. He's the mortgage expert on the show, and he's going to be here in just a little while. You're going to talk about the mortgage rate update, right, Bill?
Absolutely.
Right.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week in a few minutes.
Later in the show, we're going to kind of expand ourselves a little bit. We're going to talk about how communities develop. And you wonder how that has to do with money? Well, we'll get into how that has to do with money.
Our radio real estate home handyman, Jensen, looks at property prices across Metro Vancouver.
Monica Dinabriga, president of Mummy Maze, will be here, and she says, fight fire with fire and oil with oil.
Do you believe that? Fight fire with fire and oil with oil?
My
can't
dad
wait
always
to
said
hear
fight
it.
fire with fire.
Huh?
My dad always said fight fire with fire.
Your dad was a fiery kind of guy.
But I don't remember the oil thing.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out about that.
Yeah.
Two minutes after 10 o'clock, we'll also be chatting with a very special guest of the program, Gary Morris. Gary is the president of Dominion Lending Centers, and we're going to be chatting about the Dominion Lending Center's second annual Bike for Kids program. You're involved in this, right, Billy?
Yes, we are. It's a fabulous program, and it is an initiative that Gary Morris and Chris Kyatt from the DLC people have initiated. So this is their program.
So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun to have Gary on the show.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, too. Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if you have a question for Bill, leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, and Bill will answer your question on next weekend's show.
Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty joins us to look at the real estate market in the Tri-Cities.
And Mark Perry, our radio real estate Voice of the Valley, has more news about Platinum 2, and this morning, Mark has news about annual Chilliwack Halloween party.
And Eddie Mattu
Yippee.
of the Powerhouse Agents at Remax Crest Westside is here on the show this morning. He's going to be looking at the Greater Vancouver housing market, so that'll be interesting as well. So, Fern, what time is it? What's going on?
And it is 10:03, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CL 650.
And right now it's time for the weekly mortgage rate update with the resident mortgage expert. What's with the cane, Bill?
I've had to fight people off because the rates are so low.
Oh,
I got to fight them off.
Well done. Good comeback.
I thought rates were going up. That's why you had your thing to beat them
No,
back.
the rates are so low that we have to fight them off because we just don't have enough time to handle every question we have.
All right, well, we're going to find out about your cane in a short time, but in the meantime, what's happening with the rates?
Well, rates are good, but as we know, this is the end of the fiscal year for all the full five major banks.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're at the end of the year for your financing for a bank, from a bank perspective, let's take away some of the discount off the prime so we can just make that just a little bit extra money for our shareholders. And so that's what they've done. So the discounts that we were 65 and 70 off are now down to 50 off. And it doesn't have a big impact on us, the consumer, to some extent. It's just that little bit of greed that starts to happen. You guys kind of get it. It's a little distasteful that you would do that. I mean, first off, they didn't give us the full discounts when the government of Canada dropped the prime, and now they're kind of just jamming it to us a little bit more because of the fact that it's the end of their fiscal year and they can make a little bit more profit. So, but rates are good. Sorry, I got to get off on a little rant there. We still get a variable rate on 205 and our 5-year fix. If you're going to do a quick close or you don't want any services, you don't want anything extra, you can get as low as 244, but you're probably looking more like a 2.6.
2.6 is a good rate.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Never been seen before.
No, of course not. Probably never will be again. At least in our lifetime.
Well, maybe in a couple months.
You think?
You never know.
Well, you never know.
We'll have to ask
Well,
Bill.
don't forget, the end of the fiscal year,
Mm-hmm.
and the banks get all their money,
Mhm.
and so then they're kind of fat and happy for a couple of months,
Mhm.
and they realize that people are ticked off with them, so then they had to drop the rates again to get you to get some mortgages.
Sort of like having a Christmas dinner, getting your tummy full, and going on a diet the next day.
Exactly.
I see. All right, in the next segment of the program, Bill will answer the mortgage question of the weekend. Later, we'll chat with Gary Morris about the second annual Bikes for Kids campaign sponsored by Dominion Lending Centers. Monica Dina Briga, the president of Mummy Maids, will join us. And she says, fight fire with fire, fight oil fires with oil as well. And then Preston Humphrey, who is the president and CEO of Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations, will be here with an encore performance. Some people wanted to hear again. Last week he was talking about how to pick out your colors for the walls for Christmas, so we're going to repeat that. You can find out how to paint your walls and get all the right colors.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CL 650.
Hi, this is Monica from Mummy Maids. We're here to help you with all your cleaning needs, including move-in, move-outs, packing and unpacking, organizing, laundry and windows, walls, basic cleaning and custom cleaning. We do it all. You deserve a break and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit us at mummymaids.com.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show over at CL 650 Radio. At the other end of the phone line, I have my favorite service manager in the entire world, Mike Farkas over at North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, what's going on?
We've just started on our website a 24/7 booking program. Easy as pie. It steps you all the way through, and it's great. You can book after your shower in the middle of the night if you got nothing to do and just feel like bringing your car in anytime. It's fantastic.
NorthVancouverNissan.com, NorthVancouverNissan.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We have found that most consumers automatically sign their mortgage renewal statements. Most banks have a higher than 90% renewal rate, so there's no incentive to give the best rates on renewal. Most people will not change lenders due to the hassle factor. Let us do the shopping for you. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages today.
CL 650. Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Well, as usual, we have another letter for Mr. Bill Macklem about a mortgage, and Fern has the mortgage question of the week. William?
I do. This week's question comes from Ken McCauley of Delta. Ken would like to know, what is the maximum amount, Bill, of mortgages one married couple can carry?
They can probably carry as many mortgages as they can afford. We'll start off with the ratios. So if they've got good credit, good income, their ratios are going to be 39 and 43% on qualifying for a mortgage. Now banks use 100% of both people's incomes, not like the old days. Like back in '85, wives' income was not even used to qualify people for a mortgage because they felt that they're going to get pregnant and therefore they're not going to be able to make income. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a misnomer in those days. Whereas today, if you're on title on mortgage, they use all your income that you qualify for, as long as you can prove it on your line 150. So you can use 100% of both incomes. You know the ratios, and basically they can qualify. So if you buy a revenue property, then you can use anywhere from 50 to 100% of that income from the rent to offset some of the cost of that mortgage, depending on what kind of property that you're buying as well. So this is it's an open-ended question for Ken. Sorry, Ken, I'm not sure I'm answering your question the way you want. You may want to send it in again, and maybe I can get more detail for you.
Or they give you a call. You'd be happy to chat with them, right?
Love to talk to him.
For expert mortgage information, online visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com. Or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
It's 9 minutes after 10:09. It's the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now to chat with Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
You sound like you're busy at work already, and it's just, oh, wow, my God, a little after 10 o'clock, and you're out there working already. This is too much.
Still very busy out there. I'm just getting ready for my open house today and tomorrow, located at 3905 Bedwell Bay Road in Belcarra. This is a fantastic investment opportunity as this home is situated on a 27,000 square foot lot, which is already subdivided with 2 separate PIDs. As well, it has a 1-bedroom legal suite downstairs, which could easily be converted to a 2-bedroom suite. And this home offers spectacular ocean views.
Now, I guess this would be the right time. I guess a lot of the agents out in the Tri-Cities area are, of course, looking for some more inventory, right?
We have lots of buyers looking, and especially they want to find their home before Christmas. So if you're thinking about selling now, it's a great time. If you list now, you'll definitely have an opportunity of seeing multiple offers.
Well, that sounds fantastic. You have a wonderful open house, and I'll talk to you on the show next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tom. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
In the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jock at 604-783-3124 or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com. pinnaclegrouprem.com.
It's okay, Bill. Put your headset on straight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to.
Listen, folks. Bill's going to adjust his headset. Go ahead.
They want to squeak.
No, you look stupid like that. Go ahead.
Looks like Mickey Mouse.
He looks like Mickey Mouse. It's 10 after 10 coming up. We continue our series on painting tips with Preston Humphrey, the CEO and the president of Humphrey Painting and Renovations. And we'll also be speaking with a good friend of yours, Gary Morris. Now, Gary will be with us on the show to talk about the 2nd annual Bikes for Kids campaign, which is being sponsored by Dominion Lending Centers.
This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom, who's dancing over in the corner there. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on Smooth and Easy CL 650.
When you need it done, you need the Radio Real Estate Moving Team.
Hi, Ryan from Diverse Electric, offering top quality work at competitive rates. Together, we at Diverse Electric have 15 years of business and project management experience. Call us at 778-809-2532 or through our website at diverseelectricltd.ca. When you're looking for an electrical contractor who can handle any size residential or commercial project, call Diverse Electric 778-809-2532 or through our website at diverseelectricltd.ca.
How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Actually, the average polar bear weighs 1,100 pounds. Here at Redpath Relocations, we're that good. With more than 30 years experience estimating, we can ensure everything is accurately accounted for and you have the best price with no hidden costs. Check us out at redpathrelocations.com or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Redpath Relocations. Always ready, always reliable.
For more information, go to radiorealestateshow.ca and click on the link.
Your life's too busy to be doing the things that you don't want to do. Hi, it's Monica at Mummy Maids. We'll free up your time by taking care of all your cleaning needs. We have weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or one-time special occasion plans available, including move-in and move-outs. Commercial and residential cleaning performed by bonded, insured, WCB-covered, uniform cleaning experts. You deserve a break, and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959 or visit mummymaids.com.
Hi, this is Stuart Goodman, the General Sales Manager at North Vancouver Nissan, part of the Dilawri Automotive Group. Come and visit us in the North Shore Auto Mall and see the all-new 2016 Nissan Maxima and new Murano. Visit North Vancouver Nissan, home of the new purchase experience, in the North Shore Auto Mall or online at northvancouvernissan.ca. That's in the North Shore Auto Mall or online at northvancouvernissan.ca.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We all need specific types of mortgage financing. You may have bought your next home and not sold your current place. We have financing for that. You may not be able to prove your income for the mortgage you require. We have a lender for that. Call us, Dominion Macklem Mortgages today, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Well, according to the official forecast, it says increasing cloud this morning. Fog patches distant. Was there fog out this morning?
Yes.
Absolutely. But to the tunnel.
And through the tunnel, there's no fog.
No.
Or there was fog in the tunnel.
I was foggy in the tunnel.
It's always foggy in the tunnel. Today's expected high, not that warm, only about 13 degrees. What about the rest of the weekend, Bill?
Tomorrow's going to be cloudy with 40% chance of showers in the morning, then a mix of sun and cloud, highs of 16. Monday, a mix of sun and cloud with 40% chance again of showers and a high of 13.
And right now it is 9 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night.
Now, what are you laughing at? There's a song for everything. You like
what
that?
a great choice.
Well, Bill, you should be excited about this. This is something that you're involved with.
Yes.
Yes, and a dear friend of yours is at the other end of the phone line.
Absolutely.
Mr.
Best friend.
Gary Morris is on the phone.
Yeah.
Gary, good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Wonderful. Welcome to the program, and I hope you're having a good Saturday so far.
It's a beautiful day. Looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
Well, I told Bill and I told Fern that you're going to be on the program with us, Gary. They got all excited because it is, well, gee whiz, it's getting close to Christmas time, and DLC is doing something pretty nice again. You started this off locally last year. Tell us about the campaign.
Well, you know what? It's something that we started a few years ago, and we started by sponsoring the Christmas Wish Breakfast. And that's a support breakfast for the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. And every year for the last 27 years, they've been raising gifts for the less fortunate in the community. And one year when we were working the event, and we were just humbled by how many gifts people were giving and how gracious and generous people were. But I made a comment to one of the hosts, and I just said I'm surprised there's not many new bikes. I mean, there's 100,000 toys that were coming in, and maybe there was 8 or 9 bicycles. And I just said, this is a shame. And he said, Gary, we used to get a lot more, but maybe, just sign of the times, cost of bikes. And I said, well, wow. I said, I'd really like to get involved. I said, like a new bike to me. I remember my first bike, and I just said, I mean, it was incredible. It was freedom. It was my getaway. I got to explore. I mean, it changed my life as a child. And I said to him, it makes me incredibly sad to maybe think that there's people in the Lower Mainland right here in our great city that are going to go through their entire lives, their childhood, right up to their adulthood. Number one, underprivileged and struggling, but number two, would never have had a new bicycle. And we wanted to put together a campaign. We have done that. It's in our 3rd year now. We call it Bikes for Kids. And it's just an awesome event.
Well, Gary, last year you collected over 527 bikes. This year you're shooting for 2,500 bikes. I'm just wondering, how can I get you to adopt me? Because I could use a new bike.
Hey, you know what? We can anyone who needs it, we're happy to help. It's our goals are really ambitious. Last year we did 550 bikes, and here in BC it's awesome because this year on November 26th, anyone who's buying a new bike shows up down at the Pan Pacific. We have breakfast down there. Santa Claus is there. There's all kinds of bands. Global News is obviously down there. It's just a huge event. Thousands of people from Canada show up, and it just warms the heart. But it's great to bring your kids with you, your family with you. And this year we'll give you a Dominion Lane Center's Bikes for Kids T-shirt, and you just experience something that is incredibly moving. And it's cool. We've negotiated a national program with Walmart, so you can go online and you can buy a bike for somewhere around $100. It includes a lock, it includes a helmet. The bikes will come down there that morning, be dropped off. We'll give you a bike. You can push it, get the pictures. Maybe get some media. It's really a special day.
So your last year we raised 500 bikes, Gary? 527.
Yep. Yeah, 530 bikes, somewhere around there. And
what are we at right now? Because we were at our last set of meetings. You managed to not coerce, but certainly encourage a number of people to make some predictions on how many bikes they're going to raise.
Well, yeah, no, completely right, Jen. Bill, I know that your office is committed to 100 bikes alone this year. So, I mean, just, Mr. Malcolm, just an incredible job. You're always so involved when it comes to community commitment. So certainly a giant, hats off to you. This year we have over 1,700 bikes already committed to our campaign. Our goal is 2,500 new bikes for the less fortunate. This year, obviously, our main event is in Vancouver. That's where it was founded. But we are doing them in other major cities across Canada: Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal, and Halifax. And it's super exciting. And it's one of those things where it's easy. All of our listeners here on the line right now can go to the website and, for $100, they can just order a new bike. We'll do everything for them. But then they show up on that morning if they like. They don't have to. And get involved in the festivities. And the festivities, there's thousands of people down there. It's incredibly, exciting to be part of it. But it's an easy way to make a difference at a time of year, Christmas time, when we're all celebrating with our families, and where without our help, there's hundreds and hundreds of kids just in our neighborhoods right around us that A, might not have any gifts, and would never dream of getting a brand new bicycle.
Gary, Bill Macklem is right into all these promotions that you guys come up with, and I think it's really fantastic, and our hats go off to you. But I was over at Bill's office last week after he got back from Palm Desert, California, And Bill says, we're collecting bikes for kids. I said, what a great idea. He says, hey, there's a bike, Tom. Do you want to go and get it and put it in the van? I didn't think that was the way you're supposed to do it, Bill.
Oh, okay. He's going the opposite.
He's doing the opposite way.
Hope they're not tagged.
So last year, let's just recap a bit. Last year it was a local project. This year you're branching out Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa. Wow, this is exciting news, Gary.
Yeah, this year it's national, but we'll never forget, and it's something that we're going to build here locally. I mean, the residents of BC, Vancouver, Lower Mainland have just been incredibly supportive. And they get it. I mean, everyone remembers sort of the first bike, and for us at home, because we deal with lots of people who are getting their first home, and there's only so many monumental occasions in your life, right? The first time you buy your home, your first bike, your first marriage, your first child. But this is something that's really easy. So one of two things can happen. People out there, our neighbors, the public, our listeners here, can drop off a new bike at any Dominion Lending Center's office in the Lower Mainland, and just drop in, and those guys will open you with open arms and accept those bikes. Or, as they said, they can go to www.bikesforkids.com and put your credit card up and say, I want to donate $100, $200. I mean, $200 to buy two brand new bikes with helmets and with locks, and they can know they've made a massive contribution. In part with a wonderful group of people, wonderful company to help these families and these kids that unfortunately have had to struggle.
Yeah, so Gary, now if somebody doesn't have time to get it and actually purchase a bicycle themselves, could they take a $100 bill and maybe take it to Bill Macklem or any Dominion Lending Center?
Absolutely. Contribution is contribution. We appreciate it all. So $100 bill, they can write a check. They can go online. Or they can just walk into any Walmart. They can go out today, right now, with their kids. Their two little ones. They can walk into a Walmart. They can look at bikes. Their kids can pick the blue one. The daughter can pick the pink one with tassels. They can put them into the back seat of their car. And then on November 26th, starting at 6 a.m. up to 11 a.m., they can come down to the Pan Pacific Hotel, and they can be involved in this massive event. All they have to do is let us know online. Let DLC know they're coming. They can join the DLC Bikes for Kids. We're going to give them and their family members, T-shirts. They're going to get to know us. They can wheel the bike right off the ramp into the semi. They can do it that way as well. We just want people to have fun and recognize and get the kids and families involved and recognize how cool it is to make, a simple purchase, but make a gigantic difference in the lives of these, children.
Gary, when the first red Schwinn comes in, it's mine, okay?
Hey, absolutely. What was your first bike? What did you have for a first bike?
I had a glider. I remember Uncle John. Uncle John came out from Montreal and bought me a glider, and I couldn't wait. I loved it.
Unbelievable. Isn't that cool? See, we all remember that, right? It's a huge part. Bill, what was your first bike?
A Sears Special.
A Sears Special. What color was it?
It was kind of a metallic blue.
Gary, that bicycle now is in the Smithsonian, too. And what about you, Fern? Did you have a bike?
I did, as a matter of fact. We lived in a poorer area of town at that time, and I had a second-hand bike. My dad was in the auto body business, so he painted it burgundy for me.
Wow.
And it was so big, I'd have blocks on the pedals. It was pretty awesome.
And
I loved
Gary,
it.
what about you?
Yeah, so my first bike, guys, it's funny. I got my first bike, unfortunately, because my parents were going through a divorce, and I was about 7 years old at the time. And I remember when they sat down to tell me that they were splitting up. The bad news they were splitting up, but the good news was they bought me a brand new bike. So I guess they were trying to ease the pain. And it was a bright orange BMX bike. Back then they had those plastic, 5-spoke wheels on them. It had the really cool handlebars, and you remember those? They had all the pads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just ripped around town. I mean, like literally that first day I got it. I mean, I probably went 8-10 miles across town. I mean, I knew every inch and cranny of our city, and I had that for 6 or 7 years probably. We've been running a campaign here, and we've been going to our suppliers and our partners and our friends, and we've been saying, "What's your number?" My number is 10. Billy's number is 100. Somebody else's number, maybe 1. So let me ask, both of you in the radio station, what's your number? What can you help and promise that you'll contribute to the bike? Have you guys got a number you can throw out there for us?
What do you think?
Well, my thought immediately goes to, I get gifts for my clients sometimes at Christmas, and how would that work? Could I
bike?
just, yeah, wow, what a good idea, in their name.
So Yeah, that's awesome, and any help to get on board to help us, push us and promote this. Whether whether it's a bike from from you two or just doing what you're doing today, we would really be grateful and really appreciate it. It really is a wonderful, wonderful program, and it's something that hits home right here in our own backyard that we can all be super proud of. So
looks like I'll be riding my bike over to Bill Macklem's office this coming week because I just live on the street, so it's not too far. Gary, let me ask our producer Dwayne, what was your first bike? Do you remember?
My first bike, I don't remember the name, but I remember it was black and it was sort of that BMX style with the 5-spoke, just like Gary over here. And I remember it had the back brakes. Yeah.
How old are you, Dwayne?
I'm 33 now. Yeah.
He's an old guy.
Well, yeah. So you're a little younger than me, but yeah, those BMX 5-spoke bikes, they were popular, boy.
Oh, those are the things, man. That was it.
Yeah, very cool.
So Gary, once again, to somebody who may have just tuned in halfway through our chat this morning, we're collecting bikes for kids. Dominion Lending Centers is behind this once again. Now, how do people get involved?
Best way to get involved is the easiest way to get involved. Certainly, is just go to our website, www.bikesforkids.com. And we have all the partnerships with the bike builders and distributors. We have a national partnership with Walmart Coast to Coast, that has given us incredibly great pricing. For as low as $100, you can purchase a brand new bicycle that includes a safety helmet and a lock. You can go online. You can make your deposit there. We'll make sure that the bikes get distributed. They get distributed through the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau. But we also work with, a lot of other charities right across the country that are going to help us get these bikes to these families that are less fortunate. That's the first way. The second way, if you want to be involved on November 26th, bring your kids, your family, your, grandparents, buy a bike or two. Anytime between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., show up at the Pan Pacific in Vancouver. We have, all kinds of orchestras and, singers and Santa Claus is there. And, we have the Vancouver Police Department, the Fire Department, and thousands of other Lower Mainland residents that are part of this thing. And they're all walking up with gifts, as part of our group. We can get you up the line. You get right involved in putting your bike around this monster mountain of toys. There's a free breakfast there afterwards. We're going to give you a Dominion Lending Center's Bikes for Kids T-shirt. So either one of those two ways, or the third way, you can just buy a bike today. You can take your kids down to go shopping, have them pick their favorite bike from Costco, get them involved in the spirit of giving and showing them how great it feels to give another young child a new bike. And they can drop that off at any Dominion Lending Center office in British Columbia.
Gary, you have a huge task in front of you. After it's over, would you do me some favors and call us back and let me know how you made out?
Are you kidding me? I'd be thrilled. You guys are awesome, and we really appreciate all the support and the relationship we've had, and you just continue to always step up and stand out. So thank you to the entire team, everyone listening. Of course, Billy Macklem, you're a pioneer in the business. You've done more mortgages in the space than probably anybody else in British Columbia. You've been doing it for 30-some-odd years. But what I like most about Mr. Macklem is that his capacity to give and his heart impresses me much more than his capacity to be the best broker in the country.
Bill, do you need a Kleenex here? Bill's got some tears in his eyes or something.
Yeah.
Now you said, Gary, you said that Bill was a pioneer. Is that a nice way of saying he's old?
I'm trying to say he's 100.
I see.
I take exception to that because my bike still has wooden wheels.
Never mind. Gary, it's a great cause. I thank you for sharing time with us this morning. I know you've got a lot of work to do. You got to get down there and pick out your bike because I understand that you're riding to the breakfast that morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to start riding now because I'm old and slow, but I'll get there.
All right, save a spot. We'll join you.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
You have a great weekend. Thanks for chatting with us, Gary.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Gary.
Bye for now.
Gary.
Gary Morris, he is the president and the CEO of the Dominion Lending Centers.
No kidding.
Bikes for Kids.
Bikes for Kids.
You're
Great
involved in
program.
that?
Yeah, we are. We're very much involved.
It's a great
We were involved
program.
last year, and as Gary said, at our last conference we had up at Whistler for across Canada, and people were going around, "What's your number?" Just like he did with you guys, and so. I talked to some of the people on my team. I've got 15 brokers that work with me, and we decided that kind of in absentia, because I think there's only 4 of us at the time at the course, we said let's do 100.
Nice.
And so we're going to do 100 bikes. So that that's about $10,000 worth of gifts, and why not? I mean, we're fortunate. I mean, we see other places in other countries, let alone our own country, that are less fortunate than us. Let's give some giving.
So somebody for the general public who would like to get involved, they go out, buy a bicycle or stop off with $100 either to see you on 24th Avenue in Surrey or any DLC
center office.
Sounds good. Good. That's Gary Morris. He is the president and the CEO of DLC, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't, and Gary's kind of humble. Like, he wouldn't say a lot of things, but Dominion Lending Centers is Canada's #1 national mortgage company with more than 2,300 mortgage brokers across the country.
Got to be a reason.
They did $14 billion in 2013. I understand they're doing $18 billion this year. So they're a large, sophisticated company that actually gives back to the community.
So if people want to get involved, they want to ask some more questions, they give you a call at the office, right?
Yes, please.
Fantastic. Radio Real Estate Show. It's time now for our painting tip of the week. Now, last week, Preston Humphrey was with us, and he had some tips on how to pick out some paint for the Christmas season, for the holidays. And some people missed that. They said, could you repeat it again this week? So I said, why not? So, Preston, what's up?
If you're just wanting to spruce up the interior of your house with a simple coat of paint, here's a couple tips. Pick a color. Try to stay with the warm, neutral color. Only use one color book to keep it simple. Pick 3 of your favorite colors, then go to your local paint store and get a couple paint testers. Apply the 3 colors side by side and look at them for a couple days before you pick one. If you're having troubles picking colors or painting or don't have time, call a pro to lend you a hand. If you're looking to renovate before the holidays, now is a good time to get in contact with your contractor because time is counting down. This is Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations for Radio Real Estate.
In our next segment, we'll be joined by Mark Perry, our Radio Real Estate Voice of the Valley. Mark has news about Platinum 2 this morning. Mark has news about Chilliwack Halloween Party. And the cleanup woman, Monica Denaubriga. Monica, I miss it every time. President of Mommy Maids says it's fight fire with fire, but did you know it's also fight oil fires with oil?
Absolutely. And also, if you want to get some more information on painting and what to do for Christmas holidays, give our friends over at Humphrey Pro Painting a call. Call Preston. His telephone number is 604-897-6049. That is 604-897-6049. Or online, go to humphreypainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com. Good morning. I'm Tom Lucas. Our co-host is Fern Northcott of RE/MAX Performance Realty. Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, is with us. And our producer is Dwayne Bishop. And you are listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of RE/MAX Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Introducing Mommy Maids, a business created out of the lack of employment opportunities for single moms with flexible working hours. From residential to commercial, you can trust their insured and bonded cleaning professionals with any task. Let them clean your castle with no hassle. Go to mummymaids.com or call 604-533-4959.
1, 2, 3, ABC. Mommy Maids, come rescue me.
When you need it done, you need the Radio Real Estate Moving Team.
Hi, Ryan from Diverse Electric, offering top quality work at competitive rates. Together, we at Diverse Electric have 15 years of business and project management experience. Call us at 778-809-2532 or through our website at diverseelectricltd.ca. When you're looking for an electrical contractor who can handle any size residential or commercial project, call Diverse Electric 778-809-2532 or through our website at diverseelectricltd.ca.
How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Actually, the average polar bear weighs 1,100 pounds. Here at Redpath Relocations, we're that good. With more than 30 years experience estimating, we can ensure everything is accurately accounted for and you have the best price with no hidden costs. Check us out at redpathrelocations.com or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Redpath Relocations. Always ready, always reliable.
For more information, go to RadioRealEstateShow.ca and click on the link.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CI 650.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
A bit of Monica in my life.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
Because if the woman's name was like Agnes, that song wouldn't have worked.
No.
No, but her name is Monica.
Monica Dina Briga.
Okay, Fern, now you try. What's her last name? Monica?
Dina Briga.
Close. Okay.
Close.
Anyway, whatever you want to call her, don't call her late for dinner. Right?
Absolutely.
You've heard that before. Well, she's on the line right now, and we have a cleaning tip from the founder and the president of Mommy Maids. Monica, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Have you ever heard of the saying, fight fire with fire? Today we're going to be fighting gunky oil splatters with more oil. I know some of you are saying that's crazy. When you cook greasy foods on the stove, your hood fan gets a buildup of that greasy stuff that feels like it's almost impossible to clean off. Normally, to clean this, you would use an all-purpose cleaner like Lysol or Mr. Clean. But with the buildup of grease, you would need something more abrasive. But this would scratch your metal. Instead, fight oil with oil. Put a couple of drops of oil on a paper towel. You can use vegetable oil, but mineral oil is recommended as it doesn't become yellowy in time. Wipe the paper towel over the greasy surface and watch the gunk come right off. When you are done cleaning, take another cleaning paper towel and wipe down the surface one more time. This will leave the surface lightly coated in oil, making future cleanups much easier. Your range hood fan will sparkle and shine. Fight fire with fire and oil with oil. This is Monica Dinabriga for Radio Real Estate.
Let Mommy Maids clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
Thank you, Fern. It's 10:37 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Mark Perry is the voice of the Valley. He's on the line from Chilliwack. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Fern.
I'm so glad to hear your voice this morning because for the past 2 weeks you've been out in the hinterland doing whatever you do in the hinterland.
I have been, yeah. It's been very exciting. Nice to get away a little bit and enjoy the beautiful British Columbia.
Before we go any further, do you want to tell us what you were doing in the hinterland, or should we just use our imaginations?
Just use your imagination,
okay.
Tom.
All right. Now I'm thinking of getting in the car. I'm thinking of heading out to the Chilliwack area today because I love it out there. It's a beautiful place. It's growing all the time. You've got a couple of great real estate opportunities for our listeners.
Englewood Courtyard. We now have down to 4 that are only left available. So that's been a real sales success. Very exciting that we've done so well. Our people are really enjoying what we've got to offer. And we're now gearing up the gears to really get going on Platinum 2 because we've started the excavation now for the building site, and that's going along great. We have 6 sold, and we've got 10 more to sell with upgrades where we're including $7,500 worth of free upgrades. As soon as we get those 10 sold, we'll move on to just regular prices as they are.
Geez, you guys are moving right along, so I would suggest if you're thinking about making that move out to Chilliwack, if you're thinking about maybe changing your lifestyle and you want to know what's going on out there in the Valley, go talk to our voice of the Valley. His name is Mark. Mark, how do they find you?
Come out on the number 1 highway, take the number 3 road exit. It's the fastest way in. You'll see our great big banner sign. We have signs going all the way through, guiding to Englewood Courtyard. You'll end up on Keith Wilson Road. Take Keith Wilson Road right to the very end, and we're the adult lifestyle community at the end of Keith Wilson Road.
Now, after you drop by and see Mark this weekend, you might want to take in something very special that's going on tonight.
We always try and support our firefighters here in town, so it's the Chilliwack Firefighters Halloween Party, and that goes on tonight 7 to 1 o'clock in the morning. For the Firefighters Charitable Society, it's the first annual Halloween party, and it's at Evergreen Hall. Tickets are $20, and it starts at 7.
Mark, don't be lighting anything up. You might get doused.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Thanks, Tom. This is Mark Perry, the voice of the Valley on the Radio Real Estate Show.
And call Mark at Platinum 2 Englewood Courtyard in Chilliwack. The toll-free number is 778-240-8513, 778-240-8513, or go to englewoodcourtyard.ca for more information.
In the next segment of our show, I'll be talking about how communities develop and the relationship between taxes and costs of money.
Will you be chatting about South Surrey in this? What do you think?
We have a number of places we can talk about.
I hear a rant coming on.
You think?
I do.
Doesn't take much these days, does it? No. It's Tom Lucas. We're going to be speaking with our Greater Vancouver experts from the Powerhouse Agents. Andy Mattu will be on the line. He's with Remax Crest Realty Westside.
This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original air open house, Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CL 650.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show over at CL 650 Radio. At the other end of the phone line, I have my favorite service manager in the entire world, Mike Farkas, over at North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, what's going on?
We've just started on our website a 24/7 booking program. Easy as pie. It steps you all the way through, and it's great. You can book after your shower in the middle of the night if you got nothing to do and just feel like bringing your car in. Anytime. It's fantastic.
NorthVancouverNissan.com, NorthVancouverNissan.com.
Hi, this is Preston from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. The Christmas holidays are almost here, and Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations can get your home ready for the season. We offer the best products and the best services at the best prices. Call for your estimate, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information online at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being the topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
According to the official forecast for this weekend, the fog should be dissipating a little later on today, and we'll be seeing, like the Who said, for miles and miles. And well, maybe not. What else is going on, Bill?
Cloudy tomorrow with 40% chance of showers in the morning. Then a mix of sun and cloud, a high of 16. And on Monday, still a mix of sun and cloud in the morning with 40% chance of showers and a high of 13.
And right now it is 9 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650.
Well, you know, the price of real estate keeps going up here in the Lower Mainland, and pretty soon we'll all be living in a shoebox.
Well, at least those boxes they have on the back of those semis.
Yeah.
It's on wheels.
And you know, they're actually making homes out of those things for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Why not?
I guess so. Hey, it's time now to look at the Lower Mainland real estate market with Andy Mattu of the Powerhouse Agents at Crest Remax Realty Westside. He's on the line right now. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and how are you?
I am doing well.
Houses are selling. Of course, all the realtors are doing well up there. The only problem, the only problem I see is that you people are having problems finding houses to sell.
There's no inventory left for us to sell, so that's why we got to go knocking on doors now.
How long do you think this is going to go on for? This has been going on for quite some time now.
Yeah, I thought it was going to slow down maybe in December, but it doesn't look like it, right? So it's going to go right to the end of the year so far and into spring.
So I think what you're saying here, Andy, is doesn't matter where you live, but if you're thinking about making that move, now might be the ideal time to call your local realtor and get them to work for you, right?
Yes, exactly.
Now, I know that you and Don are working hard all weekend long. You have an open house. You have details coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about it, or should we wait till next week?
I got an open house today. It's from 2 to 4 downtown Vancouver. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo that we have, 509 square feet, 1806, 535 Smythe Street. List price is $475. You can't go wrong.
Next week we get details of that brand new listing?
Yeah, they've also got a brand new listing coming up here in Delta and Sunshine Hills, and we'll have details next week for you.
You heard him, folks. You got to hear it here, right here first. Hey, my friend, you enjoy your weekend. Great report as usual.
Yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a great day. This is Andy Mattu for Radio Real Estate.
Put the power of the Powerhouse Agents to work for you. Call Dawn or Andy at 604-307-3000, 604-307-3000, or visit powerhouseagents.ca. That's powerhouseagents.ca.
It's 10:34 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Next Saturday, the 31st, is a very special day here on the West Coast. Number one, it's Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having a special program on this radio station, 6 o'clock Saturday night, next
6 till
Saturday.
10, I think.
6 till 10 next Saturday night, called the Halloween Haunt. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect people from coast to coast, worldwide, because we're on the net as well, and local people as well. You can call into the radio station, 604-280-0650, make a request, a dedication, trick or treat with us, and have some fun. So you guys are invited if you want to come on down.
Sounds like fun to me.
You going to dress up as a realtor again? Because that was pretty scary last year.
No, I have a different costume.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's one of my other,
what
do you call it?
Oh,
personality.
I got you. It's the Little Red Riding Hood outfit.
No,
well.
more like the big bad wolf.
Never mind. But that's next Saturday, the big bad wolf. You're just a big softy. Come on. So join us next Saturday from 6 till 10 for the Radio Real Estate show.
Fun.
It's going to be a little Halloween haunt.
Well, I know the last time you did something like this on a similar vein, but not this particular show. You had people phoning from all over North America
and the world.
Yeah, I was amazed.
We had somebody call in from Singapore. We had somebody call in from New York and California.
They were listening to us on
the
their
line.
computers.
Yeah,
where is technology going?
I don't know, and it scares me. Yeah.
Keeps going.
So speaking of technology, we've come up with another money or mortgage song for Bill Macklem.
Come on, Bill.
That's what all the people say. Come on, Bill. Don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, Bill,
mostly my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
At least your mother remembers your name. My dad used to call me Boy because he could never remember my name.
Really?
Really? It's kind of like
Never
that.
forget. What's his name?
Oh, you knew my dad.
Yeah.
It's 10:45 now. Earlier in the show, you said you were going to be talking about the building of communities, that sort of thing, and
yeah,
I kind of don't see how that ties into money.
Well, everything ties into money,
I guess.
We've got what have we got? 2.5 million people in the Lower Mainland. We have. I mean, if you go from Hope to Squamish, there's about 37 mayors. So that means you have 37 municipalities, means you have 37 individual units costing us money. What that means is most people don't understand is that we all have a mill rate. So we get our taxes in the spring, we get our evaluation of our property, and it tells you a mill rate. And you kind of go like, well, okay, so like obviously the municipality that I live in is going to jack up the mill rate. They're going to jack up my taxes because they're going to pay for stuff. What people don't really realize is that mill rate is a cost for everything. So like an office like I have in South Surrey, for example, is 1,000 square feet, and I'm paying close to $36 a square foot. That's pretty comparable to some place in a downtown complex of some sort that you're paying the same kind of money. But I don't have any services. I'm in a suburb. And people don't realize, so they say, well, how's that got to do with anything with you? I said, well, it probably doesn't because I'm not charging you for my services. I'm paid by the banks on a commission basis. But if I was a retailer, I now have to buy my wholesale product. I now have to put in this mill rate, this rent cost I've got to pay on this piece of property. So I have to jack up the price of my property or my product to compensate for that. I actually have to jack up the price of my product to pay for my staff. I have to jack up my price of my product to pay for my heat and light and power. Oh, that's right too. We have power lines in BC that are above ground so that when we have winds, we have to pay double and triple time to fix them because we don't have them underground. So therefore my costs increase again. I mean, I remember when the Willowbrook Mall was black for a day because the power lines, and all those people had to pay their taxes, all those people had to pay their rent, and nobody compensates them for it. I mean, like it's an ongoing problem, and we just don't seem to have any rationale to deal with it.
Didn't you once have a telephone pole out in front of your office with no wires on it on the road?
For 2 years, they expanded the roadway in front of my place from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, and that whole lane was it. So I'm taking pictures yesterday coming down 152 and 32 Avenue.
While you're driving?
No, I had someone with me.
And
what's happening is that I'm going down this corner, and this corner, I've been there since 2006. This is the 7th time they've changed 32 Avenue and 152 Street as an intersection. How much more money do you have to waste?
Didn't your mother ever tell you that the only thing that constant is change?
Well, I don't mind change, but I like intelligent change. So you actually have to have a plan, and we don't seem to have a plan.
You think?
What we have is we have people who have money, people who want money, and people who have land, and they convince the people that need to do the development to allow them to do what they want to do. Why would you have a pool like in South Surrey 6 miles from town center? When you're talking about density, transit, traffic patterns, we're talking about all these things. Why? I don't understand why. Why is that, Tom?
What? What did he say? Were you listening? What?
Oh,
Could you repeat that?
Okay, let's get back to mortgage information.
So mortgages. So this actually have an impact on house prices. This has an impact on the cost of building your house. You have all this infrastructure costs you got to pay for, and people don't realize that they should be complaining about it. And it starts at a very basic level. It doesn't start at when you get your tax bill to start complaining. Then you got to be involved from the very beginning and complaining about it. But most of us are working so hard to live here that the only time we ever actually see anything in the Lower Mainland is when we have guests come in from another part of the country or from some other country, and we drive them around and show them all the great things that we all live here to see, except we don't see them because we're working our butts off to continue to live here because we're not effective, we're not efficient, and we believe in this multi-level structure that costs us all money.
Well, when Dwayne's mom comes out to visit from Toronto, I'm going to put her in the car and I'm going to take her for a ride up 152 because we made mock of this for a long time, but they've done a nice job of that road. It's nice and smooth now. You could land the 747 on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other countries, they actually do that at night rather than doing it during the day when you interrupt all traffic. Because all those people that are going to work, I mean, they're only paying taxes. Why not just keep on interrupting them?
Bill, all I said was the road was nice.
Get expert mortgage information online by visiting billymac.com and your comments too. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, at billymac.com or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Bill, we have some fun with it, but we all love you, don't you?
I love his rants.
I'm glad you do.
In our next segment, we're going to hear from our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen. And this morning, Finn is going to take a look at the price of... Oh, I like this guy. This morning, Finn is going to take a look at the price of property in Metro Vancouver.
Have you and Finn got something going on?
I think I must have talked to you earlier.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. You heard him, Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and the quiet guy on the show is Dwayne Bishop.
He's really quiet.
He's the only guy that actually pays attention to what his granddaddy taught him. He says, "Speak when you're spoken to, boy." And are you with us?
Notes here.
Oh, okay. He's taking notes. See, he's taking notes.
I'm going to run a campaign for Bill to become mayor.
Just don't put any ideas into it.
He might be assassinated. He tells the truth.
It's Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
Hi, it's Preston here from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. When you're ready to paint, call Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. We do it all. The filling, the sanding, the taping. Hey, we even clean up after ourselves. Discover what Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations can do for your home and office. Call for your estimate, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, this is Stuart Goodman, the General Sales Manager at North Vancouver Nissan, part of the Dilawri Automotive Group. Come and visit us in the North Shore Auto Mall and see the all-new 2016 Nissan Maxima and new Murano. Visit North Vancouver Nissan, home of the new purchase experience, in the North Shore Auto Mall or online at northvancouvernissan.ca. That's in the North Shore Auto Mall or online at northvancouvernissan.ca.
Hey, it's Preston from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. At Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations, we're more than just painting. As you can guess from our name, we do renovations too. Kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, offices, whatever your renovation needs are, Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations is here for you. Call for your estimate now, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
CIL 650. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
If you have cracks in your roof or your wall, it might be time to fix them up now because the rain is coming.
You don't want any drafts. Unless it's in a glass.
Or the draft in the fireplace, apparently. You got to keep that.
Yeah, you have to keep the draft in the fireplace open.
Well, maybe he'll talk about that next week. But this week he's got something special on his mind. Gentleman's name is Finn Jensen. He's our Radio Real Estate Home Handyman. You have him on the line? Yes, we do. Finn, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and a good morning to Fern and Bill. The latest real estate polls indicate that the values have risen again. The East Side now attracting the attention of eager buyers looking to locate as close to the center as possible. If this trend continues, those properties and others in Greater Vancouver will someday be worth a king's ransom. Not such a remote possibility when prices in other cities, in line with Vancouver, is taken into account. Where are the citizens with less deeper pockets going? Many are simply locating farther out of town, accepting the commute as a fact of life. Not too tough a decision when all things are considered, such as a home on a private lot or a larger condo in a more spacious area at a more affordable price. Lifestyles can be excellent closer to the country life while it lasts. The pressure is building there too. Investments are going up and building is pushing ahead, which really says even 30 minutes out of town could be a good investment for the future. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Let Finn take care of all your heating and plumbing work. For reliable and dependable service, call Finn Jensen at Gentech Mechanical Installations. 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Now, if you're in the market and you're thinking about selling your home and you're, thinking about calling Fern to come over and have a look. Fern, if somebody was thinking about hiring a realtor, what are some of the things they should maybe consider when the realtor comes over to your house, you sit down at the kitchen table and you start to talk? What are some of the things we should be asking the realtor?
Well, you know what? There's all kinds of things in the list of communicating with a realtor, but what's important to me today is select an agent that you can communicate with. There are a lot of good agents around. You'll want one that you can talk to and candidly and listen to directly, and they will listen to you. Chances are you're going to be together for a while. A listing period is 90 days plus. Well, sometimes. So you need somebody that makes you feel comfortable.
These days, though, the houses are selling a lot faster than 90 days, right?
Well, this is true, but if you're a realtor that wants to be around in 5 years, you have to make your people feel comfortable, and you have to know that they can feel comfortable just picking up the phone and telling you like it is in their mind.
Isn't there an opportunity if you go and say you deal with a Bill and his wife, and they have some kids and grandchildren, that eventually you could become the real estate agent chosen for that family?
Well, that's the theory, and now that I've been in the business 40 years plus, that last summer I sold a home to a young couple, and I dealt with their parents, and I dealt with their grandparents, and I dealt with the great-grandparents. So that was fourth generation of that family I dealt with. That's pretty scary.
It's pretty tiring.
Yeah.
You made me pretty tired.
Well, so, Halloween next week, you're sort of pushing up daisies.
You think?
Maybe.
Uh-oh. It's going to be a scary day.
It is.
So now, Fern, excuse me, I got something in my throat.
Frog.
Is that what it is? Well, we can't
Spit
say
it
that.
out.
I got it in Millardville. That's kind of an in-joke, folks. So if you're local, you'll understand that. If you're not, forget I even said that. It's 10:57 on the show. So now, if you want to hire a realtor like Fern, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, I know that you need more listings like most of the agents do these days. You can sell homes really fast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or with the cooperation with other realtors, that I'm quite happy if other realtors sell my listings. I'm not out there to double end them.
No?
No.
Explain to somebody who just tuned in what a double ender is.
What a double ender is, if I take a listing and I either hold on to it or in the old days we used to call it sleeving a listing.
Or pocket listing.
Sorry?
Or a pocket listing?
The pocket listing, same idea. And there are certain realtors that would like to try and sell it themselves, so they get the listing portion of the commission as well as the selling portion. But I have found, going through the pitfalls and the raises in the real estate industry, that when you do that down the road, your reputation precedes you. So if you're known to other realtors that you communicate with your buyers and sellers and that you're honest with them, and if you have a listing, you put lock boxes on it, et cetera, and it's easy accessible, then your reputation goes ahead of you, and other realtors say, I'll show that listing because I know that lady is a little bit easier to deal with than a lot of other realtors.
Isn't it true, though, as well, that if you double end it, like you're saying, is that you only represent the seller, you can not do really any representation for the buyer?
That is correct, because under the new agency laws, you are representing the seller. And myself, I would far rather not get into any kind of lawsuit. So as soon as I put a listing on MLS, I'm very, very happy that other realtors sell my properties. And quite honestly, you know, a lot of clients will say to me, well, Fern, how many of your own do you sell? And I could say for the most part, very, very few of my own, because first of all, I'm not going to put myself in a position of a lawsuit. And when buyer's agent comes along and presents an offer, then my sellers know that it's not my own offer, and psychologically I'm not trying to talk them into something that I wouldn't normally talk them into.
Well, I'm glad.
No conflict. Oh, sorry.
Just go ahead, sir.
There's certainly no conflict of interest in that case. Because
exactly.
what you're doing is that you're representing the seller, and the other people are representing the buyer, and the negotiation starts.
And especially in this kind of market, you know, a lot of realtors, you know, we have multiple offer situations, and I have realtors constantly saying to me, oh, is one of the offers your own offer? And for the most part, I can say, no, they're not. They're all on the table with other realtors, and I'm not in the competition. I'm just working for the seller, and I prefer to work that way.
And I'm glad to see that last week you went in to see the radio real estate lawyer and you took notes, so it's good.
I did.
Yeah.
He keeps me out of jail. I don't want to go to real estate jail.
No, stay out of real estate jail. There's a book about that, and I'll pass that along to you.
Oh, thank you.
So it's 10:59. Fern, if somebody would like to sell their house or find out what their house is worth, I'd like to chat with you, invite you over for a cup of coffee or tea before you head off to the hinterland. How do they get a hold of you?
I would love that. It's Fern Northcott, and I'm at 604-790-9066. You can either call or text me, 604-790-9066. Or my website. You can reach me at fnorthcott.com. That's fnorthcott.com. And then email me.
And your email is?
It is Fern with an E at smartwith2ts.com. Fern with an E at smartwith2ts.com.
See, I always get her to repeat it twice because I write slowly.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I noticed.
I might have missed the two T's.
Two T's. Oh,
yeah.
That's what.
Two T's.
Can't even spell it. Smart with two T's.
Smart with two T's.
There you go.
Not too smart. And Bill, if they want to get a hold of you?
Just give me a shout, 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-4663. Or they can text us. In the middle of our street. So text me at 778-899-6884.
What was that number?
778-899-6884. That gets to me directly. Don't have to go through the answering service.
Sounds good. Now, you can make it back tomorrow or not tomorrow. I don't want to see you tomorrow, but
no,
next
I'm
Saturday?
Not tomorrow. I'm here on Saturday.
Next Saturday?
I'm not flying anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to limp my way home.
Okay. You take care of yourself. Fern, you'll be back next Saturday?
I certainly will.
Looking forward to it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining us at Radio Real Estate. Dwayne, thank you for keeping the show on the air, and we'll be back on Monday.
He looks really good today.
He does look good for a change.
Yeah,
he does.
Clean up,
got
doesn't
his haircut.
He does. He
cleans up well.
I like the top.
I thought that was his Halloween costume a week early, but we'll find out.
Better looking me is a Halloween costume.
Never mind. Enjoy your week. We'll talk to you next Saturday. It's Tom Lucas for everybody on the show. Thank you. Bye.